the stream. We'll figure that out once we get into the game. But if you're ready, Ham, I'll count us down.
I am absolutely ready. I'm absolutely ready.
Let's do this. In 3, 2, 1, go. And here we are, guys. Let's see if we can get this to work first time around. It's a black screen right now, but there it is. We are here, everyone, with the Escape Gaming Masters Regicide Edition, and I am looking at the second monitor and seeing that you guys cannot see the overlay right now, so I am going to try and do my best to fix that. Give me just a second here while I try and do that right now. So hopefully we'll be all good in just a second. There it is. All right. Tell me if it's pink in the chat. Tell me if it looks okay. But Ham, how you doing? Are you hyped for these games?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like, I mean, initially looking at this map, this is crazy. I've never seen anything like this before. We've got a full ice lake right in the middle of the map. Obviously, nothing can be built here, and I'm really liking DauT's side of the map too, with the resources here.
Yeah, so DauT is in the blue here. He is playing as the Mongols, and it's going to be mirror civs for the first 2 rounds. So ACCM in the green on the opposite side here, in the Mongols as well. And like you say, this map has got this massive icy lake in the middle, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Valley, only the lake is, or sorry, the sort of center area, the river, is a little wider. But it has got those sort of clumpy tree patches like you see in Valley. It's also kind of snowy, and the resource distribution looks about the same. But tell me your thoughts about DauT's map in particular. What are you seeing that looks so good?
Well, I'm really liking this back main goal he has, especially next to this wood line here. He has very nice deer over towards the very left side, and some extra boar too that he could possibly mill for some extra food. Especially with being Mongols, he's gonna have a really nice uptime. And he's already taken the very far deer you see towards the very middle of the ice lake here, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, he's actually going to mill that, sent 4 villagers forward. And, you know, there's 5 deer here, so this is well worth the milling. Because, obviously, it's worth milling 4 deer if there's 5 and you're the Mongols. I mean, it's a no-brainer, really. You're right, though. The left side would have been a little better because the boar, but he maybe didn't scout that at that time. On the other side of the map, we have ACCM, of course, and I like the fact that his castle is quite far forward. His castle does kind of protect a lot of his base here, especially the choke point at the front, but his wood line, his berries, perhaps just very close to the castle range, and of course, even the TC is in range of that castle as well. So early aggression from potential scouts could be shut down quite easily by ACCM because of that castle position. And I just noticed the scouts here, which... yeah, out nearly losing his scout somehow. I'm not sure how that happened. So how did he lose so much health there?
I have no idea. But what's really interesting, I think, about this map, especially when you're pointing out ACCM's castle on this side, is it's all going to be down to unit compositions in the middle of the map. Clearly, obviously, you can't build in the middle of the map, so it's going to be down to who makes the better unit types here.
Yeah, now obviously... Oh, actually, look at this. DauT is going to grab his 3rd boar. This villager getting very low, but he's going to pull that one off.
Oh.
Yeah, 4 HP on that guy there. And he should be able to even get the 4th one as well, given that he managed to pull the further one away first. So that's pretty nice for DauT. And both players here going up to the feudal age very quickly. The stable coming up, of course. But is he going to be able to do much with the scouts? What does DauT see of ACCM's base right now? Looking at his point of view... He sees the wood line, he sees the castle, but he doesn't really see much else. Do you think he can get much done?
I don't know at the moment. I mean, you made a really good point with that castle with the choke point, and immediately you can see ACCM is actually taking advantage of that little tunnel, and he's dropping his market and his blacksmith around that side. I don't know if DauT's going to be able to pull off much damage with this. I mean, he does have the back deer over here. The vills are probably... a little bit far from the TC, so we'll see what happens with these scouts.
Oh yeah, you're right. The 4 vills from ACCM at the back could be a target. Obviously, DauT has to find them, And right now, let's have a look at his stable. He has created the first scout. He's got another one queued up. But even with making these scouts, there's such a huge abundance of food on this map that DauT can nearly afford the 800 food to go up to the Castle Age anyway. So realistically, this scout rush, it's not costing him too much. It's not going to set him back too far if he doesn't, if he isn't able to achieve much with it, let's say.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing I'm thinking about right now is the fact that he's making the scouts and he's going to go up to Castle Age. What are those scouts going to do during Castle Age?
I think he's going to try and do the damage before they get to that point. But like you say, he's got to find something. And at the moment, the 3 scouts are sitting at home. He'll catch ACCM's initial scout cavalry, chase him down. And in the meantime, he is going to find the villagers at the back with that scout as well. So he does know that, okay, there's a target over there, I could go for that. Now, of course, ACCM will be faster to the Castle Age. He did just go straight into the blacksmith and market, so he's definitely rushing up to the Castle Age here. And we'll have to see where he goes from there. I imagine we'll see a stable coming up and maybe some knights coming out. He could actually, given that he may be pushed off the food and he doesn't have any farms up yet, he could also consider going into crossbows straight away. Perhaps maybe a little bit more versatile to do that.
Absolutely. What's really interesting right now is looking at the pop difference. What can you tell so far from this game? I mean, DauT went up on 28 pop. No, he went up on a lower pop, and ACCM currently at 24 population.
I think you got that the wrong way around. Oh, it's DauT currently at 24 vils, ACCM at 22 on mine. I'm at 9 minutes 30. I don't know if you've fallen a little behind.
Hold on.
Because ACCM clicked up to the Castle Age, and then DauT continued to make vills for a few moments until he clicked up himself. But yeah, I think that ACCM here is looking fairly comfortable, and actually, he's still not really showing his hand. He still hasn't put down a second military building. Right now, just a couple of spearmen coming out to protect his villagers on the deer, and to make sure that those scouts can't really pose a threat to any of the villagers on the gold either. So ACCM, I mean, do you think he's just going to put a second TC straight down? He's not really showing any signs of wanting to go military, and it would be very strange to see him going straight into Mangadai. That's just incredibly unusual to expect to see that.
The second TC, I think it's going to go down. I think ACCM is playing very defensively right now, and I mean, it's a pretty good play by him. I mean, DauT is putting on the aggression, but it's not really doing much right now.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, those scouts are just unable to really do anything. Although, actually, he will slow down the second TC from ACCM a little bit. ACCM there trying to put that TC down 11 minutes 20 on the stone at the back as well. That's going to be nice. I mean, it's in range of the TC, of the gold. It's obviously going to be on the stone, but he is actually going to start pulling out some Mangadai here. He will lose a villager even as well, and I'm surprised to see that villager going down, and I'm really surprised to see ACCM going for the Mangadai as well, because although they're a fantastic Imperial Age unit, when they have all their upgrades, they're lacking. And he doesn't have loom. That would explain a lot. Holy shit.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Not like this. Not like this.
What? ACCM gonna lose 4 villagers right there. I was thinking those villagers are going down a bit quick. Loom.
Yeah, exactly.
Loom.
What an absolute payoff that was for DauT. I mean, I was thinking the entire time, DauT, you got the scouts, you're not gonna do much. But damn, ACCM being quite greedy there, not having the loom. Rest in peace, villagers.
Yeah, I think that's the way to call it, really. Greedy. Exactly what it is. But yeah, I mean, they are both going into Mangadai, which, I think having a ranged unit is obviously more versatile than going into knights or something here, because obviously the castle makes it harder for knights to get up close and personal, whereas ranged units can shoot over the wood line, for example, at ACCM's base. But yeah, I mean, both going into Mangadai, why not? And ACCM will get that second TC up, but he is down now by 8 villagers overall. I mean, this is a Titanic if there ever was one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What's quite interesting now is DauT is getting his second TC down on this very far wood line at the back here. What do you think of this?
I think that's fine. I think, the castle on the left side is kind of protecting the gold. And on the right side, he's got plenty of space to put farms around that. And if he's going into Mangadai now, obviously he wants to make sure he's got plenty of safe wood and safe gold, which this TC is really going to ensure. But yeah, I mean, how is ACCM going to pull back into this one? He did wheelbarrow quite early, but he only has 4 farms, so it's kind of a questionable decision as well. And meanwhile, yeah, he's really falling behind in villages. So DauT has map control,
absolutely.
he's got the eco advantage. What does ACCM do now to pull this one back?
I'm not entirely sure what he's going to do right now. If you take a look at the eco difference too, I mean, ACCM's not sitting on much food or gold right now. DauT's got quite a lot of villages, and he's sitting on quite a lot of gold here, so there's a potential for him to do really what he wants to do in the next, well, I'll probably say the next 10 minutes at least.
Yeah, and also DauT here does have bloodlines on his Mangadai as well, so they both got fletching, but DauT also has the extra 20 health, so that scout rush did make a nice transition into the Mangadai, since he did the bloodlines tech and now has an advantage whenever it comes to fighting against ACCM's Mangadai as well. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Obviously, ACCM needs to equalize this villager count one way or another, and he's got to close up 4 villagers. He's going to send a small group of Mangadai out to try and raid now, while DauT does the same thing with his larger group at the back of ACCM's base. Yeah, ACCM going to lose a vill over there. DauT losing a vill on the other side. It's 1 for 1.
Oh boy. Poor ACCM and poor villagers. I mean, at least they have loom now. Before.
Yeah, that is true. He's been pushed off of the gold. That's not good, as without gold, he can't make Mangadai, and he's currently got 0 gold in the bank. He just have 1 Mangadai queued, but he's being zoned off that main gold right now, and that is a problem. You know, that kind of stems as well from the scout rush that DauT did. Like, if DauT didn't do the scout rush, I wouldn't be surprised if ACCM put his TC on the gold, right? But because the scouts were present, he had to put it a bit of a more safe position. And it turned out not to be safe anyway. So ACCM losing out there quite a lot, I would say.
Gotta agree with you there. DauT is playing this extremely well right now. He's putting on the pressure on the stone miners, the gold miners, and actually both TCs here. ACCM does have a few Manganite to contest this, but I don't think he's going to be able to win this initial fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's going to be able to get... The thing is, DauT's kind of split up right now. DauT does have the larger army overall, but he's split into 2 groups. The problem is that ACCM's fighting against DauT with bloodlines, and DauT also has the extra +2 attack from Bodkin arrows. So even with a much larger group of units, you know, ACCM should have won that fight more convincingly, but the upgrades were what kept DauT ahead. And so DauT's still trading quite nicely, 16 kills to 12 deaths. And at the moment, I think ACCM needs to find a way back onto the gold. He might try and do that with a castle. He does have a lot of villagers on stone right now. But yeah, DauT is just kind of bullying him around at the moment and sort of forcing this game to go the way he wants it to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was going to point out with the stone, I think ACCM is kind of forcing himself now to get that castle on his main gold. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a short game if he can't get back to that gold.
Yeah, he does have the gold on the right. There is 4 villages out there, but it's not really enough. And ACCM may have had to use the market a little bit to get a little bit more gold in the coffers, make those Mangadai, or continue to queue those Mangadai out. But the problem is right now, DauT has more army. There is no way for ACCM to take a better fight unless he at least catches up in upgrades. Because even now, you know... Even if he catches DauT with a small group of units, we already saw that he can't take a favorable engagement there until he gets Bloodlines, until he gets Bodkin Arrow. So until he gets those techs done, he is basically zoned off his main gold. Villagers have to, restricted in where they can go. He's pushed off a couple of farms, and DauT is just bullying him, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. I think ACCM made the mistake here for going for a greedy play in the early game, and now he's paying for it. Absolutely paying for it.
Yeah, that was the thing is, it's that risk versus reward, right? If it had paid off, if ACCM had been able to get away with it, he may have actually been in a much better position because he would have got the first Mangudai out. He would have started to take the map control back. But yeah, DauT's able to kind of snowball this into his favor after that. But let's see. I mean, ACCM could look for the third TC, but I almost feel like at this stage, maybe going for the third TC would be a bad decision for ACCM. I think he needs to equalize the villager count. He needs to focus more on military production. And he needs to accept the fact that DauT is ahead economically, and he needs to find an alternate way back into it. DauT already has his third town center up, and his eco is looking much better at this stage of the game. So ACCM needs to do something else, basically.
Yeah, I think ACCM now has kind of turtled his eco. He's having to protect every villager by the TCs. His castle is still kind of helping here, but the amount of villagers that are being picked off right now, oh boy. Not like this, ACCM.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 villagers down on that wood line over there. He's fighting here versus DauT on the south side. But again, DauT still has the extra 20 health. DauT now has +1 defense. And yeah, ACCM will actually go for the third TC on the right-hand side. And I don't think this is the way to go, to be honest. I think he's now going to be investing more into building this eco up on the right side. He doesn't even have the food to keep villager production going from all 3 TCs right now because of DauT's raiding. And so this TC, I don't feel like it's achieving all that much. I feel like he maybe would have been better to save that stone for another castle, try and ramp up the Mangudai production a little bit more. But let's see. He's on the left side.
Yeah. I've got to completely agree with you. The choice about going for a castle rather than the extra TC here. He's definitely behind on military. He still doesn't have the bloodlines either. Having that castle would probably put DauT in a little bit of a pickle here. But instead, ACCM going for that third TC. Not a good choice.
Yeah, on the left side, he did get a favorable fight there. And obviously, oh, he's going to catch up DauT's monk as well. So every little helps. That's Asda price, right? Or is that the Tesco one? I don't know.
That's Asda. That's definitely Asda.
Whichever one it is. But yeah, I mean, like I said, how long of this game, like how many minutes of this game has DauT just had these Mangudai positioned between the TCs and the gold pile? It's disgusting. And on the left side now, ACCM, he's getting the stable. He might look for bloodlines. But hey, he just built the third TC. He still doesn't have the food for bloodlines here.
Yeah, what's also interesting is ACCM never actually took his initial boar. Did you notice that? DauT actually managed to scout most of his map and take it at the start. ACCM didn't take it, the extra 2 that he had.
Oh, okay. He did still take 2 boar though. Overall, because he took one on the right side.
But he didn't. Yeah, exactly. But he didn't take all 4. Which is quite interesting.
You're right. He did not. And I think he didn't need to be honest. But by the time it came to potentially taking it, DauT had already zoned him off with the scouts because, you know, he already had the 2 and he was already on the way up to the castle age comfortably. But yeah, I don't know. DauT now getting the ballistics tech. And I mean, this game is really... It's been incredibly one-sided so far. DauT now getting a second castle, and you can tell how loosely DauT is building his base. You know, you see how he's spreading out and not really concerning himself with walls or anything like that. He doesn't even seem too afraid of a counter-attack right now, although ACCM looks like he's going to get a advantageous fight in the back of his base and clean up most of the Mangudai back here, as well as getting up a castle now, which is, well, it's been... a long-awaited castle, let's put it that way. I mean, he's been needing that castle for a long time.
Very, very long time. But hey, you know what? It happened. And the castle's finally up, but I think it might be a little bit too late.
Yeah, it does feel like that. DauT at this point now, 30 villagers ahead. DauT at this point, like I say, you can just see when you look at his base. It's like, it's so open. There's these villagers on the left side. No protection at all, but he has that protection in the form of this aggression. He knows where ACCM is. He sees him. He knows if he's heading out of his base, and he knows right now that he's firmly staying inside and turtling up. But I don't know. I mean, ACCM, he's not out by any means. He's still got villagers alive, and he's still bringing in food from the farms and gold from the mines. So he could still do something here, but it does look less and less likely as the game goes on.
Absolutely. And now DauT actually taking control of the middle here, making sure that ACCM doesn't get a chance to cross. But ACCM managed to sneak a few Mangudai over this lake right now. Will they do much damage?
Or will he
We'll
run
see
straight
if
into a
these-
castle?
Uh,
Oh, it's gonna be the
oh,
castle.
no.
There you go. That's the value of having a castle up. DauT here clicking up to the Imperial Age right now as well, and that's going to be a long way away from ACCM, who is nowhere near getting up to the 1,000 feed mark. So for the time being, DauT will have a very large tech edge once he hits Imp, and for the time being as well, ACCM still hasn't been able to do any real damage in a counterattack.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? I have this underdog feeling for ACCM right now. I've got a feeling he's going to pull maybe a little bit of potential damage off here. I want to see what he can do now that his eco isn't being harassed. But these Mangudai running into... Oh, boy.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
He can get outnumbered and get crushed. I think that's about all that can happen. DauT has ballistics as well now, so these Mangudai running away are going to take the stray arrows that would normally have missed. And in the meantime, DauT going to get the leather archer armor for +2 defense. He's going to get handcart, which is a little late, but better late than never. Getting up the archery range now, so he can get the Parthian tactics, thumb ring, and so that he can continue to upgrade his Mangudai when he reaches the Imperial Age. He's ready to go. And ACCM is struggling still. He's not even killing villagers back here. He's put these Mangudai in DauT's base, and DauT invincible villagers here. Not even going down.
Yeah, you got to hand it to ACCM. He is trying to get some harassment done, but DauT at the moment, his eco is really, really helping him right here, especially with producing these OP Mangudai. ACCM just can't touch him at the moment.
Can't touch this. And yeah, ACCM will hit or click to the Imperial Age right now. 32 minutes. I mean, he's clicking up to the Imperial Age at 32 minutes. DauT clicked up at 29, so it's a 3-minute difference there. But don't underestimate how much that difference is going to make. Like, DauT here, 21 additional military units. He's just completed Thumb Ring, and then he has enough resources in the bank to go straight in with more Imperial Age techs now as well. Meanwhile, ACCM is just starting Bloodlines. You know, Bracer's immediately coming in. Chemistry's immediately coming in. He doesn't quite have enough to do Elite Mangudai straight away, but Chemistry and Bracer is enough for him to take a fight and win it any day of the week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the turtling strategy that ACCM's going for right now is kind of keeping him alive right now, but I don't know what he's going to do against these mass Mangudai right here. What is he going to do?
Well, that's the awkward thing about Mangudai. I mean, normally if you're against a large group of archers, cavalry archers, you'd consider maybe I can add a Mangonel in. But that doesn't work against Mangudai. I mean, obviously Siege Onager is an option in the super late game, but that's just because it's able to kill Mangudai in one shot. But, you know, do huge damage in one shot. Whereas a Mangonel, it's hardly going to graze these guys, even if it does manage to get a shot off. So, yeah, DauT now getting Parthian tactics, Chemistry's finishing up, and really now DauT is just camping outside of ACCM's base, bringing forward the Trebs. He'll take down this castle, no doubt about it.
Yeah, definitely. With the control in the middle of this map, I'm pretty sure these castles are going to go down pretty damn quickly. Poor ACCM. I mean, the TCs he does have in the back of the east of the map, definitely providing with quite a strong economy here. He can actually drop another castle, but still not enough answers to the Trebs and the Mangudai that are in the middle of the map here. And there you go.
Yeah, that's it. The GG from ACCM. ACCM. Wait, what? How many C's are in ACCM? Just 2, I think. So DauT here. I mean, just preparing really for that late game Treb war. He had 5 Trebs out at that point. ACCM still in the Castle Age at the end of the game because he didn't reach Imp before he resigned. And that castle was going to go down. And he knows at that point, okay, I've only got 1 castle. I can build another castle in a moment. I have got the stone to do it. But I cannot keep up with DauT. I cannot go toe-to-toe to DauT, with DauT, with the Mangudai production. And with all of that considered, ACCM decides to call the GG.
Yeah, definitely. And right. So, but I really think with the early game, I think ACCM's downfall there was going for a greedy boom. I mean, we saw where with not getting Loom, not making anything initially at the start, like scouts. I think that was the downfall for the rest of the game there.
Yeah, and you know, this is the difficulty when you're against someone like DauT. He's, you know, let's say from an elo perspective, DauT is the stronger player going into the game, and ACCM. Sometimes you got to take the risk, but if you aren't able to make that work, if you get punished for that risk, DauT is going to capitalize on that. DauT is going to make sure that it snowballs from there. And that's really exactly what happened. Ever since he lost those 4 villagers at the early Castle Age, DauT was just in control. And it was really all on ACCM there to pull it back and to be able to make something happen. But really, you know, DauT isn't in a position where he's going to slip up. I don't think that's what, you know, DauT's not going to just make a mistake and that's costing him the game at that point. So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have a quick check of the achievements. Yeah, it was a nice intro to the tournament. DauT with 53 kills, 34 losses. Largest army of 40, so we had double the Mangudai in the end. And obviously across the board, a larger economy. Across the board, faster to most ages, apart from the Castle Age, and had more researchers, and across the board had more villagers, relic gold, and castles. And we didn't acknowledge this in the game, but you may have noticed on the overlay, 5 relics for DauT as well. So, you know, he was checking all the boxes during that game. I mean, he didn't even need to go for the relics, really, but it's, you know, it's like, okay, well, I have the map control. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, if you can get the relics, I don't see why you shouldn't go for that for the extra gold.
Exactly. And obviously, it's an insurance policy as well, in case something does go wrong. But hey, there you go. DauT going to grab himself a victory and go through to round 2 in the upper bracket. ACCM will drop down to the lower bracket. And we'll have our next match very soon. BACT versus Tato. Again, another best of 1, and they're going to be playing on the map Capricious. Would you say Capricious?